So now we need to find the square root.
Teacher, teacher, I beg you ring the bell. Teach your children, teach them how to spell.
Welcome guys, welcome to this lesson is focused on quadratic, and I'm using completing this square to solve this particular problem. In some cases, you may not be able to solve a quadratic expression or equation just by factoring. There are other times when you might be required to do so by completing the square. Now, I hope that my videos are of some inspiration to you. So like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. So what I will do, the numerical value of -3, I want to first get rid of -3 on this side, and this can only be done by eliminating -3 with a +3. Whatever is done on this side of the equation must also be done on the other side. Hence, x squared minus 2x minus 3 plus 3 is equal to 0 plus 3. This sense, guys, now this value will eliminate this value. In other words, give us 0. Therefore, we are now left with x squared minus 2x is equal to 3. 0 plus 3 will give us 3. Now, our next step is we're going to be, whatever the value is, we are going to divide by 2. In other words, we are making it a half. And whatever that value that is being given, we will square that value. So, just to jot down here what I'm doing, so I'll just put that I'm dividing this side by 2. Just to note that this is being divided by 2. My next step will be x squared minus 2x. I still maintain my 2x. When I divide 2 by 2, it gives me 1, which is negative. It will give us 1 plus 1, guys. And I square this value. Is equal to 3 plus 1 squared. Remember, whatever is done on one side is also being done on the other side. If you're still contemplating how did I arrive by 1/2 of 2 is 1, whatever that value is, remember it could be any number here. So I'm taking half of that number. It could be 4, it could be 6. I'm taking half of the value of the coefficient here, which is 1, and I square that 1. Hence, x squared minus 2x, 1 squared give us 1, is equal to 3 plus 1, 1 squared is 1, is equal to 4. Now guys, from this we are now able to factorize here to give us that perfect square that we are looking for. Hence, let me factor this area. So x times x will give us x squared. What number we know in terms of multiply itself, factors of 1 is 1. So -1 and -1. So note, 2 negative sign will give us a positive. So -1 times -1 will give us 1. If I add 1, -1 and -1 will give us -2. This is all equal to 4. Our next step is I'm creating my perfect square, which would be x minus 1. So I'm squaring x minus 1. This is the same as writing x minus 1 times x minus 1. It's all equal to, the equation is equal to 4. What's our next step? The next step, therefore, is to find the square root of x minus 1 square is equal to 4. So by finding the square root, so x minus 1, we do the same thing here, plus or minus on this side. So we are working, it can either be a positive or negative. The square root will eliminate. So in other words, guys, the square root sign will eliminate this 2 here, which will leave us with x minus 1 is equal to plus or minus what's the square root of 4? Square root of 4 would be 2. 2 times 2 would give us 4. Now we want to solve for the value of x. Hence, we are left with x minus 1 is equal to, I'm taking positive 2, or x minus 1 is equal to negative 2. So guys, I'm accounting for the two signs here, positive or negative. Therefore, just going to continue on this side. X minus 1 is equal to 2. X is equal to 2. Bring over the 1. Plus 1 is equal to 3. Now I'll move to the other equation. X minus 1 is equal to negative 2. Therefore, x is equal to negative 2. Take over my 1, becomes the positive 1. X is equal to negative 1. So in this case, in factoring using completing the square, x is equal to positive 3. X is also equals to negative 1. Those are the two values for x when we solve x squared minus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0 using the quadratic, using completing the square. In the interest of time, guys, I'm going to work a second problem. Again, you can always pause and go back through the video for yourself. You can go back, pause, and look at all the various steps that I've gone through. I'll work another problem just for reinforcement and hope that you will grasp the concept explaining in terms of completing the square. What's the other problem I have is x squared plus 6x plus 8 is equal to 0. So first step, if you remember from the first problem we worked, guys, is I want to get rid of the numeric value of 8 is positive. Therefore, I'll use negative 8. Whatever is done on one side has to be done on the other side of the equation. Hence, x squared plus 6x plus 8 minus 8 is equal to 0 minus 8. Now, this value will read this value. Hence, we are left here with, I prefer to use my blue, x squared plus 6x is equal to negative 8. What's our next step? The next step, guys, is, remember I said that whatever the coefficient here, we are going to find half of that value, and then we are going to square that value. So just to interject, I'll just put that I'm dividing by 2 here. Just remember that that is what I do, and I like that here. Hence, we are left here with x squared plus, still maintain my 6x, divide 6 by 3 by 2, sorry, will give us 3. I will be squaring 3 square is equal to negative 8 plus 3 square. X square plus 6x, 3 times 3 will give us 9. Positive 9 is equal to negative 8. If I square 3 again, guys, will give us a positive 9. What's the next step? So this will now result in x squared plus 6x plus 9 is equal to positive 1. Don't need to write the positive sign, but this will now equal to 1. What our next step is to factorize this expression here. So let me factorize, and it's all going to be equal to 1. X times x will give us x squared. What 2 factors multiply of 9 multiply when added will give us 6. That is positive 3. 3 and 3. 3 times 3 will give us 9. If I add 3 plus 3 will give us 6. Now the perfect square, as we are aiming at, would be x plus 3 square is equal to 1. So now we need to find the square root, and that will eliminate the square sign in this case. Hence, just draw the square root. X plus 3 or square is equal to square root of 1. So if this now, guys, will leave us with x plus 3 is equal to plus or minus 1. So remember, whatever is done on one side is being done on the other side. So the square root of 1 is going to give you 1. The same here. This will result in x plus 3, and this side is equal to plus or minus 1. I'll continue on this side of the board. Therefore, x plus 3 is equal to plus or minus 1. Just taking the expression from here. X is equal to, x plus 3 is equal to, I'll go first with positive 1, working with both signs here, or x plus 3 is equal to negative 1. So I'm accounting for both positive and negative. X plus 3 is equal to 1 would result in x is equal to 1 minus 3. X is equals to negative 2. Over on this side, x plus 3 is equal to negative 1. Therefore, x is equal to negative 1. Bring over my 3, minus 3. X is equal to negative 4. So in solving the expression or the quadratic, x squared plus 6 plus 8 is equal to 0. Using completing the square, my values for x are negative 2 and negative 4. I hope that my video is of some benefit to you. It will have helped you to grasp the concept of completing the square. Again, guys, practice, practice, practice. And if you like my videos, feel free to subscribe so that you can be notified whenever I post any of these mathematics videos.